Yo, welcome, episode one. We'll see how this goes. Y'all should know the boy, Miguel. He's over here somewhere, over there. We got my beautiful girlfriend, Victoria, in the middle. We have Trackz in the bottom left, and then we have the boy Trust in the bottom right. Let's start with introductions. Miguel, you can go first.
Was good, guys? My name's Miguel. Obviously, you guys already know me. Raptors, the best, obviously, the best and the hottest. Okay, in the Wild Wild West. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I do video games for fun. 23. This is like a dream come true to do a podcast with the boys and obviously a girl. I'm just doing this with maybe get voices out there. You know what we had to inspire people. But, it's what I've always wanted to do.
Yes, sir.
Who's
And
next?
if anybody wants to clip the beginning of that and make him a Tinder profile, you got the perfect bio right there.
Huh? Wait, what?
Okay, let's just go down the line. Victoria. Oh, you
Hello,
cut it.
I'm Missy, and I'm happy to be there. But honestly, it's just that.
By the way,
Some people.
most of us do content creating. We'll have the links for everyone in the description. If you want to check us out, we all appreciate it greatly. My name is Colton. My online, I go by Winner. Been doing gaming since I was maybe 3 years old. Started on Call of Duty back when it was good. I've actually known Miguel here for 11 and a half years now.
All right, we'll talk about that a little bit more, though.
We'll talk about that a little bit more later. We got some stories. Yes, we do. We got some stories. Beautiful girlfriend. Been together for 2 years. The boys met them 6 months ago. A little over 6 months now. Oh no, a year actually.
Yeah, a
Holy
year.
crap.
Yeah, it's been a year. It's been a year already.
Wow.
He said 6 months ago. It's wild.
I remember because
time been going by fast.
We
Bro.
were playing Rainbow a year ago.
Yeah.
That's insane. If you guys want to build a Tinder profile for me, my favorite color is purple.
Wait, why
Victoria,
do you need a
hold up.
Tinder profile? You already have a girlfriend, bro.
I don't want Miguel to be left out.
It's true. You know what?
If
Let's
he's gonna
respect
have,
it.
if he's
True,
gonna have
yeah.
a fake account,
Might as
I
well
might as well
do
have
it
a
with
fake
the boys.
account.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
I might as well have a fake
I
account.
don't mind.
Crowd, make all of us a fake account. Okay. Go ahead. Trackz.
All right, so I'm Trackz, or Dennis by the friendly name also. I'm a gamer. I'm not a content creator, but I love racing games and FPS, playing with my friends, having a fun time, just making our games and shit, being funny. I used to start playing games when I was about 4 or 5 on a Game Boy playing Pokemon till I got a PS4 in like 2017. And since then, it all grew up. It's been 10 years since I know my boy Trust down there. Let's let him here.
It's like, huh?
It's been
So
10
yeah,
years.
I'm Trust, apparently.
Don't
I'm
trust
22.
You're trusting.
You better trust me. I want to become a content creator. I love do those type of stuff, doing with the friends, the boys, gaming, or either video, watching movies, whatever. Podcast was a great idea. Great to be here, and we just want to approach everybody. We just want to do a clear message and be there, chilling and vibing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Winter's camera's a little messed up there.
Yeah, having a little difficulties.
Yeah, we'll put an
He's
emoji.
there,
Alright,
he
back.
is, he's back.
I was trying to fix the camera quality, but it's all right.
All good, all good, all
It'll
good.
improve over time.
Heck yeah.
This one right here kind of stole my webcam. So
For me, it's
Yeah.
this way. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's that way.
Yeah. A little weird speculating. We'll figure it out maybe like.
Don't mind me. I'm in dorms. I don't have cups. What is cups? What are you talking about?
Who needs cups? You can get sponsors.
Yeah, for real.
hey,
Like,
Oh,
speaking
yeah.
of cups, I got a pretty big one. No, just to flex on you
mine's
guys with no
empty.
cups.
Mine's empty.
I was
I got-
about to say
There you
something,
go.
but I maintained it.
Oh,
I got
that's
shitload of
okay. That's
cups
all right,
over there,
dude. That's
bro.
all right. Yeah, that's all right. Speaking of meeting up, obviously we've met these guys. Actually, you met them last year. I didn't really get to know them until what April, right? May, somewhere around
Yeah,
there.
around April, May. Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
did you guys meet?
Um.
That's a funny
Honest.
story.
Yeah, that is a very funny story. I didn't play
Like
Siege a lot. When they were meeting them, but they apparently met Avise when Avise was playing.
Avice and Mendo.
Yeah, I met and Mando. Yeah. They met them on Siege, and
Yeah.
apparently, and I got a text message, Miggy, we found the same people as you. So I was like, what does that mean? And then
Like
Amanda was like, oh, they have your humor. I was like, okay. And so that's how I met them, obviously, and that's around April. But I guess they met them before that, and so yeah, I didn't really play Siege, but they did.
it was funny the way that we met each other because first off, if everybody knows Rainbow Six Siege, it's a 5 versus 5 PvP game,
Mhm.
and so what happened is we were versus Mendo and Avice at first,
Mhm.
and the second game we were with them, and they asked us, yeah, you guys are like you win versus us the other game, so you kind of want to join our team or some sort. I'm like, boys, do we really want to do that shit? Like, do you think we are that good? So
Well, kind of
that's what
glad you
happens.
almost basically did because we
Yeah,
met
that's
you
better.
guys. We met you guys, and you guys are obviously became part of the boys, the family that we created. Basically, Novum wasn't really as big as we thought it would be. You know, me and Colton made that a long
I
time
think
ago. We
I think
revamped a lot.
it was big enough to make a lot of people to create connections.
Hmm.
And so what happened is we were separated and it turned out to be all in different VCs. Like you got the French boys and you created the Raptor Nation. And you
Hmm.
got every boys hop on that thing, which is cool. And we got both like the USA and Canadian doing their shit together.
Yeah,
That's an awesome connection.
that's what I basically wanted to create
Like over
for a
time,
community.
just over
So what
time
do you
hanging
think?
out on Discord and stuff, we just built a relationship that was fun, be able to have some people that we can share moments with, and now it's like a big community that we're trying to get going even more further.
Yeah, there are things that my parents told me that like, hey, you know, you meet weird people online, but I've met a lot of bunch of people online that became my brothers and sisters. I'm
True.
just letting you know. So you
Straight up
never know.
facts.
You just never
We
know
need
who
to
you're gonna meet.
understand. We need to understand that Discord is not like people are not going there. Not everybody going there every single day, and they're not talking to everybody. So it's hard to keep like a big community when we're like basically not creating content or doing a lot of stuff, studying, working, whatsoever. So I think we're pretty big. We were pretty big as like
Yeah,
friends and stuff
and
for what we're doing
it's
outside of Discord.
yeah. Speaking of Discord as well, Discord back then was made for just gamers. Now it's made for people to make big communities or stock
Yeah,
trading or anything like that.
exactly.
Teachers use Discord.
Oh, really?
Wish
I
Yes.
Yeah,
remember
yes.
they do.
College.
I remember growing up, me and Miguel, we used TeamSpeak. TeamSpeak was the main thing before Discord was even a thing. It
Yep.
was TeamSpeak
Yeah.
and even Skype
I
too.
was gonna say
Like
something.
what we're
Yeah,
doing
Skype, yeah.
now, they were using Skype.
Yep.
And it
Yeah.
just blows my mind how how this has evolved. Because now we have the ability to make these servers and communities with hundreds, if not thousands of people. You
It's not
know,
There's
even that. Discord
from
is
anywhere
so
in the world.
advanced. Discord is very
yeah.
advanced when it
So
comes to
advanced.
that.
So
It,
advanced.
that's the thing. Like there's like Discord, for example, is one of the application I started like very low, and got a lot of people in it and doing like a lot of servers, more than 1,000 in it or more than that. And there are also people creating the communities and doing a membership, which you can get paid of creating servers or either way, which is
Hmm.
It's
fun for other
true.
a lot of people that cannot like found jobs outside or whatever. That
New
is
job.
fun.
Yeah, connections as well and all that.
It
I
could
mean,
be
a
good
bunch of
connections for like mods and stuff for games. Also, if I take, for example, one of my games, Assetto Corsa, people are building servers just to get mods and have people to come and play in the servers on the game by itself because they're like, hey, yo, check the Discord. Everything is on there. All the instructions to install the mods. And if you want to be part of the community and share your stuff, and it's open. You can do everything on Discord now. It's almost like another social media like X, Facebook, and stuff.
No,
it's
it
slowly
basically is.
starting to be like it.
Yeah.
It's not even just slowly starting to do that. It's because you have people that take Discord to a whole another level when it comes to that kind of stuff. Speaking of that, like, you know how OnlyFans work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People actually sell leaks of those on Discord.
Yes.
They have
Yeah,
servers
that's
of those.
crazy.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah.
It's so
insane.
ridiculous.
But there's not only Discord, which is kind of weird. Also, there's different platforms where
X.
with it or not. Not only X, there's Reddit and there's Telegram.
Yeah, Reddit. No, Reddit's the biggest
Reddit.
one.
Why is
Reddit
it
and
Reddit has
Telegram.
always been big, but
Yeah.
Telegram is starting to grow up even more now.
Yes.
Yeah.
For
Oh, yeah.
me, Reddit, like back then, I would use Reddit for Marvel comics, DC, and then it got to the point where I would go on there, and the home recommendation was like, oh, OnlyFans for this person, mega file for $10, oh whatnot. And this was like years ago, back when like OnlyFans became a thing,
When it
Patreon was a
just
thing.
started, yeah.
Yeah, and it
I
was
remember
just
trying to look up
flooding.
an issue for my PlayStation because my PlayStation wouldn't turn on. And I
Yeah.
went to OnlyFans, and in the instruction, like someone commented, like, "Oh, I got OnlyFans link here," and I was like, "Dude, what the fuck?" It's a
Yeah.
it's a subreddit about how to fix your PS4. What are you doing there with that?
Yeah.
There's some weird.
It's just everything that there's just promotion. It's to the point where I don't even use the app anymore.
I don't think I
sucks
got it
too,
anywhere.
because that was like where I would go to get news, and like you can go and read comics for free without paying for anything or talk to other people about it. I'm not a big fan of talking to people on like public forums, but I know that's something that people do. But now it's just flooded and flooded. Even Twitter nowadays. Twitter is
Twitter's-
so what's the word, like supervised, to the point where like they had to make a whole separate thing for following and for stuff that Twitter recommends. And now I can't even use Twitter without staying on my following, because I got here recommended people. For example, I don't want to say any names, but there's this big Twitter account that a lot of big people follow that I follow, and so I get a lot of his recommendations, and it's just him posting either clips or leaks or anything of what sort. So I can't even use Twitter anymore.
It's not even
unless I
that.
stay on the following.
You probably seen my Twitter feed too. Oh, actually, I've recently talked about it as well. How my
There's
my
a lot
Twitter
of
is.
there's a lot
Like-
of thing on Twitter happening, my boy.
And now
Mhm.
it's even Instagram too, which is getting
Well,
ridiculous.
that's the thing that is different. Like Facebook is for the old people, Instagram for
It
fashion and
is.
people doing like the promotion, and you got
Yeah.
X that people doesn't really give a fuck about your
Who
opinion.
uses Facebook for Marketplace? I use
I
Facebook
use-
for Marketplace.
I just use Facebook to look for some memes if I'm like.
I use it to keep in contact with my family, and that's about it. I don't
There's
even
that
Yeah,
too.
keeping
Yeah.
contacts
Like
with the people
birthdays.
around me
Either
and
that or
Marketplace.
Yeah, it's either that
Yeah.
or
There's that.
Marketplace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
I'll use
yeah,
Marketplace to sell stuff, but I'm not to buy anything. I'm a pretty paranoid person when it comes to that, but I'll sell stuff.
Yeah.
So at least I trust myself.
Trackz, you use Reddit to figure out a way to fix your PlayStation? What was wrong with it?
Yeah, because I had a power supply issue. It was blinking the light on it, and I didn't know what it meant. So I just Googled it, came on the subreddit, and there was like, oh, power supply is an issue. Try replacing that resistor and that tensioner. I was like,
Dude,
okay, I don't have a soldering iron, but if I would have replaced those. So then I just swapped out the whole power supply assembly from my brother's PS4 and gave the drive to Logan's, so that way he could put it in his PS4 that had only 500 gigabytes on it.
Dude, I took a part of my 360 because I like, you guys remember the Ring of Death?
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's an overeating CPU that need thermal compound on it.
yeah, I took a part of that and I didn't know what I was doing, and I needed a new one, so I was like, shit, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty good about fixing stuff because obviously I built my own computer right there.
Bro, okay.
But I also built Logan's, and I built the whole French group around me. Like Slide, Miguel,
Wait.
Roots, and stuff. I built all of those computers by myself.
That's not that,
Everything.
bro. This man is scared of like
Oh.
little needles, bro. Little needles. And I work with this man, and he's putting his entire arm into a machine that he doesn't really know. He's like, I think the problem is over there. Let me put my arm. I'm not really sure, but I think he's gonna make it work. I'm like, bro, what the fuck you doing, bro? Are you stupid?
I'm gonna correct it.
This man is got 100% corrected, and
Bro is not
the
scared
machine
of
worked.
losing
Like-
his arm, but the
Like,
needle.
no, but the fact is, the machine had an emergency stop on it. But sometimes, because it was a corrugator that did the walls for out of the ground pools, you know, how the walls is kind of wrinkled with a metal sheet.
Yeah.
The machine kept on getting stuck, and the metal was stirred up. So the only way to remove it is to pull on it and go back and forth with the machine a little bit. So I did what I had to do. I had pliers when I needed because it was too close to the machine. And everything was out.
Bro is
But
not
we
scared
never
of
had a
needles,
mechanic
bro.
because
Needles is scared of him. Just-
you gotta stab him with a
I've
needle.
had,
The shit is
I've
gonna
had
bend.
one bad experience with it, and I just stopped with it.
oh
Like
my
it was just not
God.
working.
Oh my god.
But yeah, coming back to the machine by itself, I wasn't scared of it because I always built engines and stuff around cars with my fathers and stuff when I was young. So I was like, oh, parts are stuck in there. I have to
Yeah.
dismantle half of the machine to be able to remove them to be back in production. We don't have a mechanic in the night shift. So who's going to do it? I did it. And we still outran the day guys with the mechanics when they had issues.
Yeah,
Wow.
I feel like if
Me
you
and
know
Trust were
how to do
fast as
things
fuck
like
workers, and I'm very visual. So when I see when something is working and or not working, I'm just looking at it and I'm like, okay, there's 3 balls there and 3 balls there. There you go.
yeah,
Dismantle.
if you know how to do things like that, I think you're set. You know, you have no fear of breaking something or even just like getting stabbed by something, especially doing it with cars. If you know how to do that stuff,
Yeah.
your cars are
The
gonna
only
last.
thing that really scares me is when a bolt is too tight and you pull on it and it just snaps.
Oh yeah.
Then
yeah.
that's a fucking nightmare.
Nope. Yeah.
So how did you and Logan met?
We met when we were young.
So just like
Yeah,
Actually,
but, like, it's
like-
pretty much the same thing of like you in winter.
Yeah, it's almost the same thing as Miguel in winter.
Yeah.
But the way that it worked is that I met a girl and a boy on the beach at a camping site. And then at the night, we had like an arcade and stuff where we could go play 8-ball pool, racing games, ball
What
games, and
happened after
stuff,
that?
ping pong. But when we went there, on the room next to it, they had shows on the Saturday nights. So we decided to go. And randomly, the girl that I met like a week ago was like, hey, this guy looks alone. Let's go talk to him. We went and talked to him, and there I met Logan. That's
Bro got
that easy.
risked by a
I was
girl to
like,
meet
yo,
a
I'm
guy.
not sure about that guy. I think he's with his mother. Oh no, it's gonna be fine. She went and talked to him. He came with us, and then we started to chill ever
Bro,
since 10 years
bro.
ago.
I was talking with my ex on my phone because I was about to break up with her.
Yeah, Sabrina, yeah.
Oh my
No,
god.
another
There's
one, my boy.
drama in this
Not
story?
Oh, wait. I don't remember. Who was
He
it?
can't do.
Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah,
Do we-
no, okay.
do we
I
cut out
won't comment
names?
on this one.
We don't say names here.
Hey, it wasn't a
It's kinda-
name.
She might be watching this, you know.
Yeah, oh no.
Yeah, we can't say anything, so don't go a little bit into details of
How,
the drama. What
how
happened,
did
you
They
know?
are
me and
French.
Miguel meet?
They're French pussies, so they're not gonna do it.
It's gonna
Look,
be. We're gonna call her Curtin.
No, I know how we met.
Anything in English, they don't
Yeah,
want to learn
I
about
do
it.
too.
They're pure Quebec people, so they're only in their French language, and they're not gonna listen to English things.
I know how
That's
me and Colton met.
So,
So
Many
yeah.
friends are like that, which is
I
fine.
I moved into this new area across town from where our village was, and there was this kid that lived behind us. Him and his younger brother. There was an alley behind my house. They would go back there, scooter, kick the ball, etc. They kicked the ball into my yard, and so I threw it over. And my dad was like, "Hey, why don't you go and introduce yourself and see if they want to play or whatever." So I went out there, met them, hung out with them a little bit, and then I don't remember exactly what day it was, obviously, but like what the situation was. But I ended up being introduced to Miguel, and he was down the street, and like that, split, go to his house, sit on his living room floor, play Skate 3,
I was
Black Ops
actually
1.
when I met him, I was actually in the middle of a mission on Saints Row the Third. I was having fun on that game. I literally said,
Bro.
my dad came in my room. It's like, hey, there's new kids out here. You and Raven come out there, and I was like, okay, after this mission. But it was like 30 minutes after this mission. Like it finally came out. They were waiting out there. They looked bored. They didn't want to be there anymore. It was him and his sister just waiting out there. Like, I want to meet this kid. You just see Colton with this big old helmet,
And
just like
the best thing about it too that it still blows my mind is like the definition. It's like the saying, "It's a small world." My dad and his stepdad knew each other before that because of military background.
sorry, Victoria, it was meant to be.
It was, in a way, it was meant to be, you know, one way or another. But at the time, my dad didn't know that they were living down the street. But then me and Miguel, we started hanging out, and then I guess our dad spoke at some point at work, and they put the two to two together, and so in a way, we were like arranged friendship, almost like an arranged marriage. But we didn't care. We had fun. We'd go out, in the like at the time we grew up in California, in the
So you
Mojave
guys
Desert to
didn't
be
meet at
exact.
school.
No, he was in sixth grade when we met. I was
already
in
in middle
elementary
school.
still.
Yep.
Yeah, he's 2 years above
He was
me.
like, yep.
And
Man.
we go to desert, trenches,
think-
Nerf guns.
I think he was there when I tortured Saeed when it comes to airsoft. I kept shooting him. I didn't even stop.
Saeed for crap. What's the word? Context. Saeed is the guy that was behind me.
Yep.
Yeah, we used to go out. Oh my god, we would get in some trouble in the neighborhood back then.
Yeah, we used to.
And our
we used
parents
to go
never
to
knew
the
about it.
deserts. Yeah, they didn't know. We built those trenches in the desert with airsoft guns as well. Just dug it up.
We used to
We
go
played
out
airsoft.
there, airsoft, role
Mhm.
play as like army. Like even back then, we were role playing before.
You know-
I'm sure
you,
anyone
you know
else
those
was.
little army guys,
Bro,
right? Those little
yes.
army guys with the platform. Yeah, I used to play that
Yeah,
with
yeah.
them. So,
And the best part is that we would sit out there and
in
like
the summer.
like probably like a mile down the dirt or whatever, they had a BMX track that they would do races, and
would
we
go
used to
to
sit
that
out
shit.
there, watch that, and it got to the point where we literally I don't remember exactly if Miguel had a bike already, but I went to the store and bought a bike. I had my dad buy me a bike, of course. And we're back there, we're doing freaking bunny hops and
No,
whatnot.
do you remember my chopper bike? I had like a bicycle that was green and it looked like a chopper. Like
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
I
you were
think
gonna
so,
say
yeah.
it was red with flames like a hot rod.
No, it had
Because
flames.
I had a friend who had one like that, but it was red.
Yeah, it had flames, but it was green. The whole bike was green. It had black flames, and it was like
Ooh.
it was like a chopper bike, you know, like a
Yeah,
Harley Davidson
sitting
bike.
all the way back with the bar
Yeah.
handles being so up high. Yeah,
Dude,
it was hard to go with.
Bro, I had
Like
I
going up
was-
a hill on that bike, you had to have hell of a legs to go up a hill with that.
It's not even that. I was so mad when I thought it got stolen, but my dad told me, he's like,
Ooh.
oh, I sold it. I was like, dude, my heart
I
dropped.
remember that.
That's the
I remember
worst.
that. I remember that.
That's
Yeah.
the
Sadness.
Dude, I was
worst.
so boring compared to you guys. I was basically with my best friend at home. We had my my new iPad that I got for Christmas, and it was like, I guess March. Like you still had like snow outside, but not too much, and we didn't need like a coat, like a big coat and everything. And we were just like filming videos of trash in the streets, and we're like, this is bad for the environment, and we were like blaming everybody. Oh my
That's
God.
funny.
Oh,
Bro,
man.
me, that was one thing I was doing when I was like young as hell. And like the 3DS XL which just came out. And I got this for my birthday gift, all right? And The only thing I was doing with my 3DS, obviously I was playing some games, but the other thing I was doing, I had like a shitload, like a lot of toys, and I was doing slow motion with those. And so I was like doing like picture, slow motions.
Picturing slow
Oh.
motions with figurines and being a cameraman with a 3DS XL.
And stop motions into stuff, a lot of
I was
things.
gonna say, did you do stop motions? I used to do that with my little toy car.
But it's like slow motions when you bring like the character with the
oh, the string.
yeah,
Yeah,
string,
string.
and you
Yeah,
just
like a
do slow
floss,
motion,
yeah.
like yeah, exactly. And the rest was just like pictures.
Bro, I used to.
I was like-
Colton remembers I used to have these Transformers toys, and I would do stop motions with them, and I would make them like transform mid stop motion wise.
Now that I remember, I gotta look around because if I remember correctly, me and Miguel uploaded some of those videos. We made a couple of videos and we uploaded them onto YouTube.
Let's not.
Sounds
Channel,
like
I
a-
don't
basically like
I don't even know. I have no idea where to even look for that.
We're not looking for them.
But it's the videos are lost forever. But
We're not looking for them. That's all I gotta say. They're probably deleted. Demonetized. We probably said something.
They might be deleted, like only like the
probably
only the privated. Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Or there may be somewhere if you look deep enough.
I
And
just
if people do
recognize
find
my
this out,
childhood room.
please drop the link in the comments if you find those videos because
Oh,
I want to
no.
see that.
don't.
$500. Don't.
I think the only way that they would find those videos is if they knew what my floor and what my door to my bedroom looked like.
Dude, somebody's
Because
just
I
gonna-
don't think we ever showed our faces. I think it was just we had on the floor and we'll just do like that. But those videos are lost forever.
God.
They're in the abyss.
Cringe.
They were pretty bad.
No, you
but-
should've-
Anything that has
Right.
been lost can be considered as a treasure later on.
You should have seen what I saw on Facebook earlier. It
What'd you
was
see?
it was 2011, doing my first ever vlog showing off my Christmas gifts.
Eh.
Damn. 2011?
2011,
Damn.
dude. I had a squeaker voice. I sounded like I was. I don't know. I just sounded like a little girl.
Mm-mm-mm.
Like I was
I
so
feel
happy
that.
with my parents. I was like, I was in Vegas too. I was like, that shit was amazing. That shit but.
Who knows? Maybe we'll make a podcast episode of us reacting to our old stuff.
No.
Who knows?
No.
I honestly, to admit, I probably have, as I can remember, I have like 3 YouTube channels, all from middle school,
He does.
and they're so
Yes.
bad. And now that I said this, I'm gonna go and private all those if I can figure out the email and passwords for those because I'm subscribed. but I
I'm
don't
wishing you
know.
good luck.
if
Yeah.
if he can log
But
in.
I mean, I think last I checked was a couple days ago. I had an old Minecraft video that was like filmed from a phone, like from the PS4, like when the PS4 first came out. Terrible quality. Me and my buddy sitting next to each other, speaking into one headset mic, split screen Minecraft. If I remember correctly, that video has like 90 something views on it from 8 years ago.
I remember the early days of the Minecraft videos where either you had a capture device with a computer or you were doing it the redneck way with the good old iPod 2 or 3 hanging off of a fucking box and filming the screen.
No, it's not even that.
Quality was so bad, but
Bro,
the
I used
videos were
to-
so good.
I didn't know how to do everything because I watched Vanoss for the first time. I just wanted to make my own videos on Grand Theft Auto first. This is how I did it.
Minecraft kind of started everything for me,
I was
but
holding it with my hand and I was controlling
your-
everything with my right
Oh
hand.
my god.
I didn't know what to do, bro.
yo, my guy was pro gamer. Full control. No way.
Is that the
Okay.
iPhone
Bro
4?
brought a time bomb.
I do
So-
have the first
It's the
I think I
3D
have the
it's the
first and
3DS.
second iPod Touch or
Fuck you mean?
something. At
It's
home.
the iPhone 3.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
I think yeah.
It's not the 4, it's 3.
So it's
Alright.
an,
Even older.
it's an iPod.
But
Sweet
when
base.
you guys were playing games and having fun, I was by myself doing like the little things. It was pearls that you were sticking on like a heart shape, and you were
Oh.
taking the iron, and
Mm.
you were
The
like,
flat
my
sheet
God.
and you were pressing it.
I-
yeah.
I know what you're talking
I'm not gonna
about.
lie.
My sister
I
was
have
doing
that
that.
exact thing in my closet. I had the exact thing in my closet.
I was
Jesus.
also doing videos because I had it like a two bed thing. So you have a simple
bunk
bed
bed,
on
yeah.
top and a double bed
Yeah,
in the
the bunk
bottom.
bed.
And I
Not gonna
had
lie.
stairs. And I was addicted to rainbow looms at the time. So bracelets, I was doing like any forms with the little elastics. I don't know if you guys are familiar with rainbow looms.
I think so.
My sister
It's like
used
a
to do it all the
machine,
time.
and you could do like it was like little bracelets that you were
Little
making
bracelets
Oh,
and
like
yourself.
necklace that you
okay.
could build
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
And
I
I was putting
remember.
my iPod like this on the stairs so we could see my machine while I was doing my thing.
It's one of the
Wow.
best ways you can do
Smart.
it, honestly. It's smart.
Yeah.
I remember the rubber band stuff that people would like make like middle school days. You got the thing with the pegs, and you have the little looping pen like for knitting, and you have all the little
Rainbow
little
loom.
tiny rubber bands,
That's
and
rainbow
you
loom.
just it's the same thing. Okay,
I
my
have
bad.
no
Sorry.
idea. Honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about. You know what I use rubber bands for? Is to shoot people with freaking papers.
I used to build like slingshots with them.
That's exactly what I did.
I was taking like the 2 inches rubber bands that you had on broccoli bunches in the grocery store, the big rubber bands, slid it in half, took 2 sticks, duct tape on top,
No,
and I have a big ass slingshot that
You know
could
what I
break
did?
anything.
This.
yeah, I know those.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dennis, you
Okay,
know what I
didn't
did?
recognize the name. Sorry,
Yeah.
I had a different brand.
Dennis, you know what I did with those slingshots, with those rubber bands? What I did, you know the staples, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh my god.
I stapled, so the papers, I folded them, but I put staples on the paper so they would be harder. So as soon as I pull, I actually made some people bleed when I hit them with the paper.
And that
'Cause they're
is
stapled.
the main reason why me and Miguel cannot use Nerf guns, because we used to put Tic Tacs in the freaking bullets.
Yep,
I built
taught him
something
that.
one time.
Yeah,
I've
that
built
was when we
some.
started getting older.
yep. I taught him how to do that.
I
I
built
was a
something.
menace.
I built something one time, and after that one use, I was like, okay, I'm not doing that again. My brother was doing like paintballs run and stuff, so he had big canisters of compressed air. And since my dad was a mechanic and added a lot of stuff, I was like,
Oh my
I'm gonna
God.
build
That's
a
a lot of
potato
power.
launcher.
That's a lot.
I'm
of
gonna
power.
build a potato launcher. So I built a potato launcher. But when it went through the window of a car in the parking lot, I was like, okay, I'm out.
No.
And I never used it
Nah,
again.
dude. That's something we would have done at Lilac Square. Remember that place? Yeah.
Yeah, but
For
the
all the-
bottle was
For
so
all
big,
the
the
people
pressure.
from
Like,
our
I,
hometown, they know that spot. They know
My-
that's the spot. That was the spot for everyone.
you want to know the biggest thing about my potato launcher? I was in the basketball court of my school that was right next to my home. It went 3 houses away
Oh wow.
Oh my
my
god.
because of the big compressed bottles.
I was
It was insane.
a menace in middle school, and I don't think Colton was there to witness it. And the
No,
way it
at
was,
some point in middle school we drifted.
yeah. So I don't know if you guys know what turtling is. Do you guys know what turtling is?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. So
You can explain some more.
So my friends and I would always hang out at lunch. You know how everybody in middle school just go ahead and put their backpacks down.
Yeah.
What you do for a turtle, you take people's stuff out of their backpack out, you flip it around inside out, put their stuff back in there, and you close it. I use the different method. I use the zip tie. So they can never reopen their backpacks again and unturtle it.
Bro, I got a funny story for you.
That's messed up.
You know the lockers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my high school, I had a bunch of lockers, right? And I was in the friendly of kids that had over there. I can tell you. Like there was like you couldn't get like the how we can say it. What
The
was
lock?
that? The lock. The lock would have like a little space in the locker, in the door locker. So I just put the lock right there and I push it like this, and it stays stuck there. You just
So,
need with
the
a lot
janet-
of force.
The janitor had to come to the lockers to cut the fucking locker off because it was stuck in the fucking handle up top. Like the handle had a hedge and he was pushing the lockers in it.
Victoria's
Oh
I
like,
my
had
God.
someone do that to me once.
you could see in
I
Victoria's
stopped using
face.
a
She's
lot.
like, "Am I the only person in this whole group right now that hasn't done anything bad like that?"
Okay.
She's like the most
Criminal?
innocent here.
I'm
What?
the only non-delinquent.
One of the funniest stories that me and Trax we have is holding at the campaign where we were all staying and a bunch of friends of us, but we were all meeting at the restaurant in the campaign.
Trax
And
is like, "Wait, I know this."
Trax, me, I was already there with a dude, but I'm gonna tell you the POV of Trax. So
Do you want
Trax,
me to tell the POV?
all right,
Simple. He says meet at 5:30 or 6. I don't remember quite exactly.
supper.
Yeah, so dinner at 5:30. So I'm there.
Supper.
So I'm there by 5:30, and there's like a little alley that could come out like a secret passage, like only for walkers and stuff. So I came from the alley from behind the restaurant, and when I turned the corner to go to the restaurant by itself, all I saw is Logan in the background with something in his hand, moving it, grabbing the guy by the shirt, and just head bumping it because the guy tried to steal some of his food from his plate.
Oh my God.
You gotta
But at the time,
understand.
when I
Food is
came out,
food.
I was like, I just came out and I just saw him move and smack him. I was like, yo, what's going on? Saw the guy run away. And I was like, yo, what happened? Why did you do that? He tried to steal my food. Ah, shit.
Was
And-
this all in French?
Yes,
Say how
but
you said it in French. Say how you said it in French. I want to hear that.
I add something else on that. I said, "You don't touch my food when I'm high."
Dude, no, that is the wrong thing you can do to someone. You do not steal their food when they're freaking lit. I'm just saying you that
I
that's
learned
the
that the
wrong
hard
person
way.
to mess with.
Yes,
I
you
learned
did.
that the hard way.
Yes, you did.
That's
You
the
deserve
wrong.
it, every bit of
For-
it, dog.
4 years ago, we're all chilling in the park,
This man.
having fun, 420 shit. And then the guy has chips, and I'm like, can I have some? No. Bro, come on, can I have some? I'm your friend. No. I grabbed the bag. The guy grabbed my arm, swing me to the ground, look at me, and was
Oh
like,
my God.
and John Cena the fuck out of me. But the fact is, I'm a skinny guy that's almost 140 pounds, 160 now.
You and me both.
He was 240 at that time.
I
Oh,
wish.
Dang.
It hurt. And now I'm never doing it again. I'm not challenging the guy
that's
now.
the wrong thing.
Like, I regretted it so much during the next couple of days that I was like, no, not
Yeah.
happening ever again.
If-
But since I'm a bad influence, when people were like, oh, can I have some? I was like, yeah, try him. I was pushing the people to try Logan so they could get fucked up and I could laugh at them.
if you steal someone's food when they're lit, that's you.
But I
you're gonna
didn't try
learn
to
a
steal
lesson.
him at first.
Yo,
I was like, bro, I'm your
Can't
friend.
do
Like,
that.
I asked gently and you're saying no. Fuck you.
Hey, bro, no is
Bro,
no if
still.
someone's lit, bro. No is
Friendly
no.
and no is a no.
Yeah.
bro, you don't know. Homie, real struggle when they're lit, bro. What the hell?
Dude, it's munch time, bro. What are you talking about? No, that's the best time too. Like I know,
For
like,
real.
a lot, Colton, Victoria, you guys don't know what it obviously feels like, but obviously when you're high, food is everything, and you don't even care what time it is. You don't even
Bro,
care.
how do you think
what
I got that
food-
belly, bro?
Yeah, you don't even care what type of food it is,
Like,
dude. If
do you want to know my McDonald's order when I'm high?
I make chicken.
Again,
Bro, he's
everyone,
worse than
everyone
me.
does their fast
No, no.
food orders.
I eat more than Logan.
Crazy.
Okay?
Okay, 12 McChickens.
2 Big Mac. No, I'm starting now. 1 Giant Coke, 2 Big Macs, 2 Juniors, 2 McWraps, a big ass poutine, and 2 apple pies for dessert.
Ain't no way you're finishing that.
no,
in one
you will.
sitting?
When you're high, you will
He
finish
is.
it.
Okay,
He is.
now I feel bad about myself because today for lunch I had Big Mac, quarter pounder, a chicken sandwich,
Ooh.
large fries, and a cup of ginger ale.
Me is,
Let's go.
me is
Hey,
Taco Bell, dude. 2
I was
cheesesteak.
hungry and I wanted some McDonald's. But okay, so I have a reason though. So you know when like
He's
you
not
have the
high.
McDonald's app and you have the points, right? I had
Yeah.
10,000 points expiring today.
Oh, the
And
guy
so
was
I'm
like, "Oh,
like,
I'm gonna
crap.
use my points.
I
It's
got
easy.
10,000
It's
points.
free."
I might as well use them. Big Mac free, another Big Mac free was for my dad.
Dude, you can feed a whole
But-
country, dude.
Bro, you look at me. I am a country. I wish. No, not really.
Nah, dude,
Look
no,
at
you
me.
should have
But
seen
I am a
Trackz
black
is-
hole.
Yeah, I was gonna say Trackz is literally the skinny version of queso, dude.
I'm a black hole. I don't know what's happening with my metabolism, but I'm not gaining weight.
No, that's me, Tim. My metabolism.
Whatever the
is-
amount of food I can eat, I'm not gaining
Especially
weight.
when
In
you're
my
high, your
opinion, that's the
metabolism
best
is
living.
something. Yeah, when
That
you're
is
high.
God's gift right there.
Yeah, when you're high and your metabolism is like insane, you're eating a lot, dude. You know, when I'm high, cereal is the best thing ever at night.
What's your go-to though?
Frosted Flakes or Honey Oats.
Honey Oats. I don't think I've
Honey
had a Honey
Oats.
Oats.
Really?
Ah,
I don't
honey
think I've had it.
oats.
No, I don't remember
They're
having
so
it.
good.
Sometimes if there's none of that, maybe Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Lucky Charms.
Yeah, cinnamon toasts are good also.
Yeah, they are. They
Those
pretty
are good options.
Like, I mean, and when you're high, everything is good. Like, I used to, like, okay, I didn't have any options, okay? I forgot we didn't have food.
God.
Big old bag of Takis. I ate it for dinner. I finished the whole thing.
Oh, your stomach.
My
Oh
butt.
my God. Yeah. Homie's on the toilet
That-
fighting for his
yeah.
life.
Miguel, if you have to come and visit me at my place, get ready to regret it the next morning. Because if I'm cooking, you're in danger.
Oh my god.
Especially when you're drunk, too. You know when you get the shit junk? Or the junk shits?
No,
No.
like, I'm gonna make you tacos,
That's just you,
and you're
bro.
not ready for my tacos.
Dude, that
Wait,
means
when
you
you're
have...
drunk, you need to eat.
No. So,
When you're high, you need to eat.
yeah, when you're
No,
high.
I know that, but what? he
So-
said
He's
you're
saying when
drunk.
he's drunk, he shits bad.
Yeah,
Holy
because
shit,
yeah, because if you're like really really drunk though, you have to be really really drunk. That's what they call it, the drunk shits. Okay, and it's like diarrhea and all that. It's all the alcohol coming out of you. It's basically your
Oh my god.
That's the alcohol.
Instead
Oh
of
my
throwing
God.
up, it's dumping from the back.
Yeah. So which way do you want it to go out? You know, you want it to go out your mouth or your butt?
I've never been there.
Bottom
Don't.
option.
Well, I mean,
I've never
Bottom
been
option.
drunk.
Top
well,
option is always bad.
yeah. I mean, it's basically the lactose intolerant version of alcohol. That's it. It's
Yeah.
not as bad as you think it is. It's just literally you're just taking a dump, but it's just all alcohol you're getting out of your system. So yeah, it's the version of throwing up if you don't want it coming out of your mouth. So yeah, that's how it works.
Trust, what's your go-to high meal?
We're about to get a queso meal right now. Queso's
A
freaking
bunch of
guy.
shit,
Yo!
Oh.
Give us an example.
bro.
Well, you can remember at least. Or is it just point you just don't remember, you're just ordering and eating and you don't even know what you're eating.
No,
Bro,
that's it.
look, I get money, enough money. I'm like, bro, what am I eating? I feel like pizza. Let's buy a fucking large pizza. Why the fuck not? The other day, I'll take a hamburger with a fucking trio. It adds something else to it. Why not the fuck not? You know?
A trio is a combo. By the
Basically,
way.
he's saying
Yeah.
Colton. He's basically saying
Yeah,
you can
but
order
we're-
the whole public store.
Yeah. If you guys haven't picked it up, they're Quebecians. They're Canadians. So their terminology is a little bit different. But based on the context, I'm sure you can probably put the two together.
I don't even know if you guys can hear my accent. So
But like,
You're-
You're just
you're
Asian,
not
bro.
a-
there's a difference between like the English, like a guy actually speaking Quebec, like French Quebec, and sometimes speak English, compared to like me and Trax, who's like 50-50 most of the time, and me
Yeah.
is like more often.
Wait,
than
but-
not.
This
Oh,
dude
you
over
think-
here, XQC over here in the corner, bottom left corner. You know who you are.
me?
No.
Oh.
You know who you are. No.
Trackz?
The one that's pointing right now. Just trying to. Yeah, Trackz. Over there, Mr. XQC, bro. Strongest French accent I've ever heard.
Really?
Really?
Trust, bro. If I didn't know Trust was from Quebec and French and all that, I would say he was English. In
Wait,
my
who are
opinion.
you talking
Like,
about?
usually when I speak French,
Trackz.
people are thinking the inverse.
Trax's
They're like,
accent
"Oh,
is
you're
so
not."
strong, but
Really?
Trust,
You should
but
hear
Trust,
Slide.
I don't hear
Oh
Trust's
my.
accent
No, you should
as
hear
much
Slide.
as I do.
No, you should hear Slide.
Yeah,
I don't
his
know
slide is
Slide.
way
Yeah, no, but
worse.
Slide is
yes,
way worse.
Like
yeah,
me
Slide
and Lo-
doesn't speak that much English. That's why.
me and Tress are the two best at English. And sometimes, yes, my accent come out because I have dyslexia and stuff, so my speaking can be off with some words and stuff. But usually people are thinking, "Oh, are you Spanish or something?" Because they don't think that French is my first language when I speak English in
Oh,
games and
okay,
stuff.
yeah, it happens.
They
It
never
happens.
think about it. They are like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're not speaking English first. Are you Spanish? Are you this or that?" "No, I'm French." "What?"
Okay.
They never
I
think
want-
about it. You're the first one that's telling me this.
I
Surprising.
just speak
Yeah,
fast in
it's
general.
because he knows me. That's probably why.
Yeah, he might have figured it out for you,
Yeah.
like easier by that way.
All right. I want you three to teach me, Miguel, some French curse words. So
Whoa, whoa,
Police.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Tabarnak de Chris.
I know those three already
Petit
because of
penis.
Victoria's stepdad. Okay, go ahead, Trust.
No,
Teach us.
I feel like we're gonna get demonetized here in a
Hey,
bit.
yeah.
Hey, this segment will go in the
We
unfiltered
can
episode.
we can beep it also in the
Look,
dictating
look,
segment.
all I gotta say is t'as peut-être une grosse corvette, mais t'as une petite caquette, mon gars. That's all I gotta say.
Someone translate that in the comments section and be like, oh, please, I
Yeah.
appreciate it. And
Chris,
I
Chris,
would like
hostie,
to
tu sais
know
même
what the
pas
hell he said.
pédaler, c'est ton bicycle, Chris d'innocent.
Victoria, translate.
She's like, no.
Hey.
It can't be translate.
Hey, man, tu
I
sens donc bien pas bon, man. Je te sens de l'autre bout de la
I feel
planète.
like I'm gonna get
Sens la
demonetized
dompe,
here.
ramène-moi ça à filière 13, tabarnak.
nothing demonetized.
All right,
It's all
on to the next segment, because
Anywho.
no, apparently you can't translate it.
Nope.
I mean, there's so, one was like, you smell so bad. I can smell you from miles away." One said, you don't know how to, when you're on a bike, you don't know how
Yeah,
to
you know how
ride
to
it.
pedal. Yeah.
I don't remember the rest.
Chris, tu cours bien vite avec ce bicycle-là, tu l'as-tu volé?
Oh, you're going so fast with that bike. Did you stole it or something?
Jeez.
It's
I
like
feel like that's
dad
not what they
jokes.
said. I think just.
No, it's actually what we said.
Yeah, it's actually what I said.
It's probably way worse, but she's trying to get us monetized again.
But like that's the thing. That's the thing.
Trying to save us.
She only said the one track said. Boy.
How many languages does everybody know here? Two.
Two.
I
English
know
and
I
French.
can speak 2, but I can understand 3.
Understand 3.
Well,
What's the
three
third
and a
one?
half. I can understand Spanish and I can understand a bit of German also, because I like Rammstein.
Oh, feel.
Me fluently English. I'm realizing that my brain is wired to where I can't speak French, but my brain's able to understand what is being said.
It's like
It's
the same with
It's
my-
you.
not that your
my
brain is
brain-
not programmed, it's just that you need practice, because French is like one of the
Yeah.
hardest language to learn if
Mhm.
you're
I
not
need
born with
practice
it.
like pronouncing it, my tongue moving, because I notice in French the tongue rolls a lot, almost like Spanish and
Yeah, it does happen
whatnot.
quite a while.
And apparently, a couple years ago, I heard this that the ability to roll your tongue is genetic.
Yes, it is
Yep.
very much
Like
genetic.
you can't
I
train
cannot-
your tongue to roll. It's all genetic.
No, it's all genetic, yeah.
Yeah.
So
But I think-
people that can roll their R's when they're rolling, like they can the whole thing.
Yeah,
It's
see, I
all
can't do it.
genetic and
It's
stuff.
just the back of my throat.
Yeah,
Exactly. That
I
way.
can't. I can't.
You see,
Yeah, I don't know. I
Miguel
can't either.
can, but I cannot,
That's my
and
Riz
Logan's
right
cannot
there.
too.
When I roll my tongue,
Okay,
back
Tiger.
of my throat just sounds like a garbage disposal in a sink.
Honestly, I never thought of it. Like,
Like-
we're practicing ours, and I'm like, go with like the back of your mouth, like your throat. Do the R, and he's like, no.
While you're
I'm a
gargling.
dinosaur.
Bro, you want me to turn into a T-Rex? What the hell?
Yeah. But other than that, based off of like anime, crazy fact, Japanese was my first language. I spoke it until I was 4. I no longer speak it. I understand bases tiny bit just because of anime and whatnot.
That's the same for me.
And
Yeah.
I can speak, but I can also understand more Spanish than I can speak it just because of school and whatnot.
Understandable.
But I'm just a basic English man.
But me, it's kind of complicated because, like, at the beginning, I was learning English and French at the same time. So I was doing, like, French, like, both of the language at the same time. Like, in
We're
one
gonna call it
sentence.
Franglish.
Exactly.
English.
Like you're starting a
So,
sentence in French, but you don't know how to say the last 3 words in French, so you finish it in English.
yeah. So I was going in French school, and so I was learning more French. So English was like less my priority, like my main challenge, I'll say. And now I feel like if I learn more French, I'll lose like some words or more expression in English. But if I learn more English, it's gonna do it vice versa. So more French, I'll lose more French expression, but would get more English knowledge.
Oh,
Yeah, but
wow.
that's basically what's happening right now with me. I still go to French school, so basically I'm at school in French and all, and I don't have in CEGEP we don't have English. Like we have only 2 semesters of English, and after we don't have English at all for
You
the
only
like
have
basically
2?
the rest of your life. Huh?
You only have 2 in your course?
Yeah, I only had two classes on like all my
The
semesters
whole
in English.
Oh, I had 6 in audiovisual.
Heck no, bro. Nope.
In CEGEP,
Yeah.
6
In college I
English.
had
Wow.
6, but I was in audiovisual, so it's all like
Mm,
recording in studios, being live on shows on stage and stuff. So all the terms I learned them in French and English also.
yeah, I'm probably gonna do that in university though.
And I had all the
English.
languages, and that's why I had this year at home because I could record myself since I'm a musician in part time. I can record myself and I can just do whatever I want, like a studio, because I learned it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
cool.
But because of me, she's speaking more English than French,
Yeah.
and so she's
So
speaking
basically,
more English.
I do have the fear to lose my vocabulary in French, and I can clearly see it when like it's been a while that I haven't spoken French. Like when I'm going to his place and I come back here, it's like it's a new language. I'm like learning a new language again, and I go back to my classes. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize she was speaking French. I thought she was speaking English.
If I
Oh,
can
So
give
I
you an
understand.
advice for that, just don't be scared of it. Just be like,
But it's a
okay,
fear
well,
because
whatever's gonna come out is gonna come out, and you're not gonna lose it because it happens to me. And at work, like I work in the salesman, and at the source, I sell cell phones and mobile internet and stuff. And sometimes I'll just get a whole phrase in English, and my coworkers will look at me and they're like, "Huh? Oh, I'm sorry, that's what I meant." And then I'll repeat myself, and people are like, "Oh yeah, that's fine. You're from Montreal. You're weird. You're fine." So I was like, "All right,
yeah,
but
that's
I'm
the reason
sorry."
why. That's definitely the reason why I speak English.
am I the only one here that speaks different variations of languages?
Yep, I was gonna
Yeah,
mention that
it's
as
I
because
well.
do think so. Yeah.
my brain
Wow.
cannot comprehend more than 2 because
I speak English, Hokkien. I understand Korean, a little bit of Japanese because obviously anime, and obviously Filipino language. When it comes to Filipino languages, I know 5 dialects, and I'm learning Mandarin as well for Chinese languages.
That's
So
crazy.
That's a
yeah,
good amount.
yeah.
So if we want to go do a tour
First
around
break's
the world,
different.
we need you as a translator.
It depends on the place. I can't do
It
obviously
depends on the place
European and all
because of
that.
the different. Yeah, in Europe, I think I should be fine. But if I want to go into the Asia spot, I'm gonna need you because I won't understand shit about it.
The thing is, I can't speak Korean. I can understand it. I can read Korean as well, and I can tell the difference between what the symbols are of Japanese symbols, Chinese, Vietnamese, Hokkien, and I think Hakka. I think so, especially Korean as well, because I know Hakka is part of the Asian culture as well, and also I know the different dialects. I know what dialects people would be speaking in when it comes to in Filipino, especially in Chinese as well, which is Mandarin, which is the actual spoken one, and then there's Cantonese. It's another dialect in Chinese. There's Fujianese as well, and then and all that. So I understand which what's it called?
You can make a difference between all different types of languages depending on the country you're on.
Yes, and especially Japanese too. There's different types of Japanese as well. I don't even think Colton knows that. Like, let's just say, no, you guys watch.
I knew there was like two or
I know in
three.
Japanese,
if I'm
I know
not
there's
wrong.
different writing.
Yeah. So in I know you guys watch Naruto, Boruto, and all that. You know they speak different Japanese. 'Cause
Yeah.
in regular Japanese, especially Demon Slayer, you can kind of tell as well that they're different. You can kind of say, let's just say mom. What is it in Japanese? It's mama, right? All that, papa for
Yeah.
dad, and all that. In Naruto or Boruto or Demon Slayer, they say tosan. That's the manner way of saying mother or father
Yeah.
or
Oh.
kachan. Yeah. So
Oh.
yeah, so
Senpai,
yes, because
Oni-chan.
Boruto, Demon Slayer, Naruto, and all that, they speak a dialect called Hiroshima Ben in Japanese. And then there's another dialect, they call it, I think, Tokyo, the Tokyo dialect. I forgot what it's called. So there's different types of that, and you can kind of tell which one is which when you start to understand it, especially when you watch anime. And it's
And
a
it's
little different.
I think it's creative too, because I feel like they do that based off like the rough location of where the show takes place.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jujutsu Kaisen takes place in Tokyo, they speak like traditional Tokyo Japanese
Mm-hmm.
dialect. But then you watch something like Vinland Saga, which is kind of creative because if you don't know about Vinland Saga, it takes place in Sweden. But of course, it's an anime, so they speak Japanese. But the type of dialect is Northern Japan because it's more in the country.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like the U.S. You know, you got the Southern accents, you
Yep.
got the city accents.
New
So-
York
It's
accent
like
as
Quebec.
well.
It's just
Yeah.
like Quebec. You got the
Mhm.
Montreal accent, you got the South Rive accent, the North Rive accent, Quebec
That's-
City accent,
that's the
South
same-
accent.
That's the same
It's
thing
always
with,
different
That's
everywhere.
the same thing with British accent, U.S.
Yeah.
accent, and Canadian
British and
accent.
Scottish and stuff. Yeah.
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 It's when you put that in your mind. It's like, okay, it's cool. Everybody's different, but at
Mhm.
the end of the day, it's like the broken French will talk shit to the clean French,
Yeah.
and vice versa. Same with the broken English
That's
with
the
the
thing
the clean
too,
English.
because Canadian French is a lot more different than French.
It is.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
because you guys can understand each other, but if you go
It's
to
not different. It's just that we kept.
It's the manner that we
version
speak it.
It's
Oh.
what
We-
we did
so
with
it's the accent.
French.
yeah.
Because
It's
we
their
use a lot
accent.
of short terms. So sometimes when we use some sort of short terms,
Oh wait,
people that are French, I got a colleague at work that is French, that comes from France. He's been in Canada for like 2 years. And sometimes I'll get a joke and he's going to be like, "What did you say?" And then I'll speak it like in correct French, like taking my time and taking his accent. And then he would understand me and be like, "You're an idiot," obviously.
so
But
okay, so that's
sometimes you got to be
basically-
precise about it because they're not going to understand you, but we are going to understand them anyway, whatever they say.
Yeah, so
Indonesian
Canadian French and France French is basically the same as Mandarin and Cantonese, because Cantonese is shorter. Because if you say in Mandarin to say hello is ni hao, but in Cantonese it's lei hao.
Mm-hmm.
So it's different.
There's-
Yeah. I mean,
there's
in
that.
French, like, let's say for us, Quebec people in French will say allô to say hello. But in France, they'll say bonjour.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you see how there's two syllables instead of just being one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's always a good bit of short term, whatever we say, or when we make an
It's-
example or an explanation. And sometimes we'll put like, oh, you and I will do that, but oh, you and I and you will do that. We'll mix some words here and there and not be a proper French, and they won't understand us
Yeah,
at
yeah.
all.
For me, it's like the perfect example of like the US and UK.
Oh, yeah,
The same
exactly,
goes
yeah.
with the French.
That's
Yeah.
why
It's
UK
like-
is a lot more meaner.
in the US we say sidewalk because you walk on the side,
Yeah.
but in the UK they call it pavement, just straight pavement. Anything that isn't like asphalt or whatever. I don't know. I'm not educated on what they use for roads
Yeah,
over
yeah.
there.
Okay,
But
how about this? How about this?
Anything else is pavement.
How about this? I don't know if the French Canadians know about this as well, but do you know what they call couches in Canadian?
Yeah.
Colton, do you know?
I do not know.
It's called a Chesterfield. Do you know what a 2-4 is?
Yeah.
A 2-4, yeah. It's basically a 24 pack. That's what it is. So there's like different slangs that you could, like in different variations of that.
Wait, repeat that.
A 2-4. And
Us, we call it 24, no?
What?
Sometimes
That's-
we'll call them just 24s,
No. Why would I take out the
12s,
ceiling?
but we'll also
No.
call them dozens and double dozens.
Yeah,
Mhm.
dozens.
I
It goes
yeah.
more on
I
dozens.
think I think there's different slangs in and the
In
different-
English?
yeah.
Canadian English and Canadian French.
Yeah. And that's the thing about it as well. Like, you know how Canadians, you know how they get made fun of because what we say a boot?
Bro.
The ones that actually say like a boot is I say like the eastern, I don't know, maybe western side of Canada, or the northern as well, because I feel like
Well, there's nothing in the north of Canada, so it has to be Western.
oh, well, it's not even that. Let's just say if you're from Manitoba, Ontario,
No,
Nova
I
Scotia,
wouldn't
or-
agree with Ontario that much. Ontario
We're like 2
resemble.
hours away
like,
from Ontario.
yeah.
Well, no, the thing is that those regions though they say a boat,
They say
but
what?
a boat instead of a boot. The ones that actually sound like
Yeah.
a boot.
You're
is like-
wearing boat instead of boots.
yeah, and like the ones that-
British Columbia
British
and stuff
Columbia,
will
they
do it.
say a boat. They would say it like
Yeah.
that, like more British. That's
Well,
why
yo,
they get
you're
made fun
talking
of.
about-
Like really
Boot?
fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
boots, you're wearing boots? They're
Yeah.
saying boat?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
there's
boot.
different types of accents in Canada that would make people think, oh, they say a boot, but that's actually more of like either the northwestern side of Canada, because you can hear it, they sound more British. But
Yeah,
in,
it's
like,
the western side.
yeah, so it's like Manitoba,
Because
Ontario.
the eastern side in like the North America history, like when we got taken over by the English and stuff, they took the east side first. So
Mhm.
that's why Western is still more English by the British than the US it is for us, like Ontario, Quebec, and stuff.
Yeah.
That's
And-
why it's all mismatched.
And if you go back to like the old Naruto as well, like the old Naruto cartoon, you know,
I learned recently that French Canadians were called Canadians before English Canadians.
Yep.
yes,
So
Yeah.
basically, when we came here as the French people, we were like, oh, we need to differ ourselves from the English one. So we're going to call ourselves Canadians. But a couple years after, the British, English, they were calling there some British and English.
hmm
They decided because they were like, oh, we're in Canada, we're going to call ourselves Canadians. So they started to call themselves Canadians. So we were like, oh, then we're going to be French Canadians. And after that, we decided to be Quebecers.
that's like
Because we were from
Yeah,
Quebec.
yo,
that's like the
this-
same thing with like
Yeah.
the Chinese and Spain coming together, creating Filipinos. Like, you know, we're the hybrid Chinese and Mexicans. You know, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's the
you know?
same for Puerto Rican. We have Spain, Spanish, and then we have
Portuguese.
African American, like more like the more like darker black descent. Now we have Puerto Rican. So it's
You said
like
black accent. What is that? Another word for black accent? Like,
Oh, Black Descent.
oh,
Like
black descent.
ancestors.
descent.
Their
Oh,
ancestors
descent. Oh, I thought you
are,
said black
like,
accent. I'm like, what?
yeah.
There's a different type of black color.
I don't want to
Like,
say like.
kind of
I don't want
accent
to
is
say like.
there?
I don't want to say any, anybody of the black community
was gonna-
mixed with a Spanish person makes
I
a
was
Puerto
gonna,
Rican.
I was gonna say,
you know?
what type of pearlescent black color is there for a human being, bro?
Oh my god.
Like, I'm just saying that, but the world is just like, is collided with each other. There's
Yeah.
like different
Yeah.
races out there.
It's crazy.
There's so much mixed.
Mhm.
Did you guys knew about the Chinese and the Japanese like history?
Kinda. You
No.
talking about?
I kind of seen it, but never went totally into it.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, like Japanese people are basically like old Chinese, but
Like the
there was a war
original?
going on in something, and those people decide to go on the island, which is Japan, and they kept I think the old Chinese, or they changed it a little bit, and they called it Japanese.
It would make sense when some
Yeah, it was
symbols and letters
it was a
kinda
nation.
the same.
It was like a nation separation, and they just modified the dialect to be
That-
different than
yeah.
the others.
That
I think
makes
that
you,
was it.
that really makes you think. The only reason why this world is populated is because every original country has some kind of civil war with itself that caused it to split up, and that is what caused us to have multiple languages.
What do you think?
You got
Multiple
Chinese,
languages,
Japanese,
religions,
France,
countries,
yeah.
It's not even
all
that.
popularities and stuff.
It's not even that. How about North Korea and South Korea? Do you think they understand each other?
I don't think so.
Probably not. No.
I
I
feel
think
like-
they're totally different.
Yeah, there's definitely a difference, and I know there's like South Korea hates North Korea for some reason.
Yeah.
But I
Obviously.
mean, it's
Well,
the same thing.
Isn't
No,
but
North
we don't
different.
get
Korea
too
the
much
one
into
that started
that,
the war?
but-
Isn't like North Korea that started the war itself, and then they had a signature so that way they could stop war. But there's a trenches like
There-
you're crossing away, you're in danger. I'm crossing away, you're in danger. Stuff.
Yes.
Yeah,
North
I don't
Korea
want
is
to
like
get too
deal
much
with-
on it just because I don't know anything about it, but I think it has to do like there's a lot of oppression in the world, and people are hurt and they feel like they don't like imagine having to leave your own country because you don't feel welcome, safe, whatever it is.
But I mean,
And
that's
no freedom.
Exactly.
yeah, but that's a lot. That's a lot of country in here in the
Yeah.
world right
Well-
now because everybody's searching for peace and everybody looking for power, and it's like a battle between the two.
I think
Yeah,
North
exactly.
Korea is the worst, though. The reason why is because you know how it works. Do you know the laws in North Korea?
I don't know the laws by
Yeah.
itself, but I know like the whole internet scheme is controlled.
Yeah.
So
It's-
the government is gonna hold the internet
me
information
explain.
from the population to just make them sit on their knees to
So
whoever the
in-
president is.
So in North Korea, if you don't, so you are required to have this in North Korea. You are forced to have this. You're forced to have a picture of Kim
Kim
Jong-un
Jong-un.
in your house. If you don't, you either go to jail or prison
Or you
for
die.
20 years, or you die. It's not even
And
that. You can't
if-
even watch cartoon. You have to
and
watch
I
this.
remember-
If
I
you're
remember
heard
seeing
saying
something about
anything
that.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Also,
I'm-
About the picture in the house. Let's say your house is getting lit on fire or anything. If you lose that picture, you die also.
Yeah, you have to save it. You have to save it.
You
first.
have to save the
you
picture
have to
before you're
prioritize
talking your
that
children's.
over children, pets.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember seeing a video about that. I
Yeah.
don't remember if it was a TV show or a video that was explaining it, but I do
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah, you have
There's
to save
this-
the picture.
There was this story that I heard about that happened. It was, if I remember correctly, it was either people from the UK or from the US. It was a team of college students. They went there to study the protests, and just for like a vacation. One classmate, they went out and partied one night, and they were staying in the hotel, and he got wasted. He separated from the rest of the group, and he went into a hallway in one of the hotel floors, and there was a painting. I don't know if it was Kim Jong Un, but it was some government official, something like propaganda. And because he was wasted, he graffitied on it, and then he went to bed like when nothing happened. He woke up the next morning with people in his room pointing guns at him because they found out that by the security cameras that he was the one responsible for doing it. The rest of the team, rest of the class went home that same day because it was like the last night there or whatever, and he didn't show up. He was missing for a year and a half.
Damn.
Well, little less than that, until and then they started broadcasting on live television of this poor man being tortured and whatnot, and it got so out of hand that his home country, either the UK or the US, one of the two, had to pretty much like get him back by any means necessary.
Oh, is it
And
not? Oh, is it not the
thankfully-
Yeah.
US?
Yeah,
it's
I
the
think
US
it's a US
spy.
guy.
Yeah,
it's a
US spy.
Yeah,
Was it?
it's a
Yeah.
US guy, and the government uses special ops to be able to get him. They took him by helicopter, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So
But it's like, then the thing about it too that I think is it's extreme, but every country has their beliefs. When you get punished the rest of your bloodline is also punished.
yes, that is
Mhm.
actually true.
So
Your
that
family.
includes your grandparents, your parents, your siblings, your children, and your grandchildren.
It's not even that. Like, have you guys ever heard of the story of the woman, the Korean woman that escaped North Korea?
Yeah, I
She's
see.
here now.
Yeah.
She's here in the
I've seen
US.
YouTube shorts of her like explaining some of the things that could
You
happen.
know how she explained how bad North Korea was.
She was being trafficked, right? If I remember correctly.
She was
Is it
being
the same
trafficked
one?
and she escaped.
Yeah.
She escaped it, and like I think it was she escaped with her sister, but they left her
Yeah.
mom, I think, and now she's
Yeah.
here in the U.S. And what she wanted to do to say to Kim Jong Un is like, she just said, "Fuck you." I mean, I would definitely do the same thing.
Yeah, same.
Do that. I would definitely like if I escape a prison country like that, I would do the same thing. I'd be like going to the internet, like, yeah,
I mean,
fuck you.
that's the
Yeah.
thing about like those type of countries where like they have those type of rules, and the same like goes with like different part of the world too. It's like you got Russia, you got the other one, you got the how we can say IT, like the black people like where they lived before. It's like they're getting trash over there, and they're moving out because like they cannot belong with their families anymore, and they don't have like how I can say love, fun, or whatever, freedom, and they need to go somewhere else.
It's not that
Yeah.
too. It's like us Americans, obviously, like here in the U.S., we always gotta like we gotta respect that. Like, yeah, we have that type of freedom that we have right now. Obviously, there are rules and there's laws that we gotta respect too. Obviously, what people don't get, like, let's just say border wise, you know what's going on with Texas, right? I don't want to get into like political stuff.
I
Obviously,
don't know what's going on with Texas.
Pretty-
There's a civil
so
war, I
pretty-
think,
okay,
in Texas
so-
right now.
Yeah, so pretty much, so Texas wants to build this fence, to keep
To block the Mexicans and stuff.
yes, and the government, our government here, does not want that, so they took it down, and now there's at least a lot of states right now that are going with Texas to approve that. And
So
what we don't know and realize is that there are precautions when it comes to that. Like, people, especially like the Mexicans, they don't realize like, hey, to get in this country, you just have to do this. You gotta get proof to get in here. Is it that hard? But they don't want to do that. And
Yeah.
we understand that, obviously. Especially the same thing with Canada. Gotta have a visa to get in.
Yep.
Same thing up here. I don't know. Like, those type of people just don't understand what what Texas is trying to
Or they're
do.
just running from something. Maybe they're getting trafficked and they don't want to. Maybe they
Exactly.
don't
Exactly.
have
I mean,
jobs.
the
They
gang
can't take
streets,
care of their
so
family.
yeah.
all the gangs and stuff being
Mm-hmm.
being just toxic to the population, and
Where do you-
population being
where do-
so over it that they just want to leave.
Where do you think fentanyl and coke come from?
Exactly.
You know, they all come from Mexico, all that.
South America in general, I think.
hmm And
Yeah.
so,
Oh, like,
And then they come up here, and now it's
like fentanyl
because
is the most
the
lethal
the
drug.
U.S. people
Yeah, but
people,
it's already-
people know the U.S. as freedom and unwashed.
Guns
You know?
and nothing
Yeah.
happens if you do something.
Like imagine like you have a group of children that are being unsupervised, not being watched by a guardian. You want to put them all in one place where you don't have to watch them, but you know where they are and what they're doing. For that's the U.S.
I think that's like I mean I don't want to say this to get a lot of people mad, but I think that's one of the biggest things and biggest mistakes we could put in as a motto of the U.S. is land of the free. You know, I mean, obviously there is
in
freedom.
some manners, there is a way that you can say it, that you can pronounce it, but you have to be precise about it.
Yeah.
Because if you're only saying, "Oh, it's freedom," then yeah, you're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, that's
Just
the
like
reason
anything,
why
you know?
South Americans are wanting to go up here. They don't want the wall to be built because I think everything is freedom here, and that's why I think where that motto comes into place.
It's crazy about that too. Is like all of these countries
right
they
back.
see, they see all these countries. They see the U.S. as land of the free. You know, go there and be freedom. But us Americans, we're fighting each other about that exact same freedom that the rest of the world heard about. Us, you have people fighting about whether like. I don't want to get too much into it because you know there's a touchy subject for a lot of people, and I'm not much educated. But gun laws, should we have this? Should we have that?
It's not even that. It's like Americans, we are fighting each other because what president should be put on the chair.
Is right or
it's every country, but the one that is broadcast the most and spoken about the most, I feel like, is the U.S. You know.
Yeah.
You go to Canada, you have people up there talking about Trump and Biden, et cetera, et cetera. I'm sure probably in Europe as well and whatnot. But here in the US, until I met Victoria and I actually traveled to Canada, I never heard about Trudeau. If I pronounce this wrong,
don't. Yo,
but
this man doesn't. This man doesn't.
That's what I'm saying.
He doesn't
allow
enter the
to have
chat
a name.
right now.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like us Americans, us from the States, we don't hear about that stuff, you know. It's not broadcast here, but everywhere else in the world, we're broadcast, you know.
I think that's what makes the U.S. as a big target as well, is that we're fighting each other for which one should be on as a president, you know.
But there's not only like for the president. It's like left or right, blue or red. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Bro, it's like we need someone that have like not any colors, just like blank. You don't need no color. You're the person you are. He's a leader he's gonna try to provide for everybody.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's like people are fighting for the same shit, and like, I should get like higher. Bro, you're a human being like everybody else.
That's why I don't get too much into that stuff, because it's so complicated for me, and I'm just like,
well, like that's why we're not getting into like, you know, like the laws, the stuff. We're just saying like in the bigger circle.
Yeah.
It's like we all fighting for different stuff, but like we also, at the end of the day, we're all human beings surviving.
Yeah.
No, that's true. We're all just really living just to die.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
We live to enjoy life, but yeah, one day, whether it's tomorrow, a year, next year,
it could be any minute. Like right now, we could be sitting here and like we could just die right away because
I could just have an heart attack right now and be
I could sign off of here. I can sign off, say, all right, see you on the next episode, and car accident.
Here,
you know, knock on wood, God forbid.
Yeah.
But
bro, imagine being sniped.
Life. Yeah, right. Like even that could happen. Like it could be a misfire. It could be an accident. Like, hey, I got the target. Take
you never
the shot.
know. This could be our last call together. You know, you
Yeah.
never know. It could be our last call together.
Well,
Or it
like,
could be our last time talking to
that's
somebody.
life is too short and way too unexpected to waste your life fighting others,
Fighting each
trying
other,
to do
actually.
this and that. It's like everyone has their own opinion, their own point of view. Everyone's raised differently.
And
Like,
that's
just
the thing
accept
too.
it
What
and understand
people
it.
that's the thing. What people use against other people too. The word freedom, right? We're in a free
Yeah.
country. I can do whatever I want. I can choose what I want. Have my own opinion.
That's became too like how I can say it, like that's come around like too way too much for a lot of people, and they're using like
Yeah.
that phrase, that catchphrase as a advantage,
Mm-hmm.
which is not like you're not supposed to, bro. It's like yeah, you're in a free country, but it's not saying your own free will
Yeah.
Jesus.
or free doing, you know.
It's just you're just unsupervised. You still have rules to follow and laws to follow, but you're just unsupervised.
Instead of having
You're
like
not restrained as much as you are in other countries.
exactly.
That's the same thing with kids too. You know, they're unsupervised. That's why they turn out bad. You know,
True.
It's like the same thing.
If you don't
Actually,
have structure.
that's the same thing
Mhm.
with pets. The same thing with anything. It's the same thing
Every-
with a country. You know,
It's like
Everything's
when you understand there's that circle, like that cycle of life, bro, you're gonna live on the perfect life. You just need to find the perfect people to talk with and like understand, like even though we don't like how I can say you the rules that you follow that you like, I cannot like agree with you, but we understand why like like my reasons and your reason, and
we
that's
understand each other and we respect it in each of our
exactly.
way.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like I used to say with a lot of customers, because a lot of customers nowadays that I get are old people, like 60s, 70s, and stuff. And since I sell like home securities, internet, and stuff, sometimes they're like, oh, you're very polite. You're very good at your job. Good job. I'm like, I mean, I learned the basic. I learned respect, and that's just what I'm giving to you guys as an example for what I'm doing.
That's
Except from my colleagues, or my colleagues are like, oh, you don't know how it works. How can you not know how it works? They're 70 years people. How do you expect them to know how to data transfer from their old tablet to their new tablet?
mhm.
They don't know
That's-
that.
that's
You
the
got to
s-
be respectful and just show them. And if they don't understand and they want to pay you to do it, just do it.
yeah,
It's your job.
that's
But
the
for
s-
some people, respect has been gone for a couple of years. And even I get customers that don't have any respect. And sometimes I'll just be, hi, how are you? And nothing happens. And then after that, they go to the cash and they're like, oh, I'm ready to pay. No,
that's
I'm not selling you stuff. Like, you're being rude. I'm being polite and stuff, and you're not answering me. And now you're expecting me to do everything for you and giving me orders. That's not how it works.
So-
And I'm
You see
sorry, I
what
don't care. I'm not the
what he
manager,
said.
but you're gonna respect me.
That's what
And that's what we lost, and that's what we need in the world to be able to continue living.
Yeah, what he said right there, it kind of explains because I basically do what he does too, but I knock doors. You know, it's a lot more
Yeah.
dangerous than it is.
I'm in a store, you're knocking on doors, yeah.
Yes, I'm out there
But-
in the bad place. Like, I mean, one of our salesmen this year, he got pointed a gun at, like, you know, got a gunpoint. He got robbed at gunpoint. I mean, he shook it off. Same thing with me as well. I knocked on the door. You know, I kind of bothered someone. Obviously, I would be this type of person too. It's South Jackson, obviously. You know how it is
Yeah.
there. It's a bad place. And you know, somebody pulled a gun. You know, it's 7 p.m. at night. I would too. You know, if somebody's coming knocking my door. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
like,
pretty late. Yeah. Sun's
it's
probably
not
going
even
down.
that. You got to really like learn a bunch of people's body language doing this job. And so I can kind of tell he was already having a bad day. He had no food probably waiting for him at home. And so I read his body language, you know, and I said, okay, man, you can go ahead and just aim that gun at me. I'll go ahead and just keep going. And then I didn't really take that a toll on me. I just like, okay, I feel like I should go back. And I went back 2 days later. You know, he was confused on why I'm back. He remembers me, but this time he was very different. His body language was different. He was having a great
Yeah,
day.
he wasn't taking it the same way
Yeah.
that he was taking it the other day.
Yeah, and I kind of make it a joke as well. I told you, it was like, hey man, you know, you aim that gun at me is so you either, you know, you give me another shot, or you actually give me a shot, you know. And so, and I told him I'm just selling some security cameras, man. I want your IRL KD to be positive instead of negative, you know.
Oh my god.
So that's what I did, and he laughed at me because at the same
I
time,
would have said something along the lines of like, if you let me work for you, let me do my job, then maybe you won't need to answer your door.
yeah, yeah,
Be prepared to
yeah.
defend yourself, you
It's
know.
well, it's not even that. I showed him the video of what we do, and he was actually playing Call of Duty too, so he knew what KD was, obviously. So
Yeah.
that's what I did, and I got the job, or not the job, but I got the sale.
You got to sell in the
Yeah,
contract. Yeah.
$113 package. You know, multiply that by 4, boom, that's how much I got for the day. And that whole week, I had a bad week, and that was the only dude that actually made my whole week. You know?
Just like
Going back on the topic of unpleasant customers, in my opinion, retail probably has to be the worst place. In my
retail
opinion,
is the worst. Yes.
like I had an experience this one time at work. I'm not gonna say the name, of course, because you know don't want to get in trouble or whatnot.
Gonna find
If you know, you know. If you know me, you know where I live. You know, don't say none. But I was working at this place. We pair and we sell sandwiches. And one of the sandwiches that we prepare and make is, you know, the classic meatball sub, you know.
I already know what you're talking about.
I get this customer. He's a bit older, probably, if I remember correctly, probably in his mid 50s, 60s, maybe. Of course, bad day. Don't hold it against him, you know. If I'm sure if I saw him again, I'd probably say hi and whatnot. If I even remembered it was him. But he comes in and is like, "Hey, I want a meatball sub on this bread." Keep in mind, for more context, this was probably 30 to 45 minutes before we were closed. Long day, subs all day long. We don't have any bread. You know, we're dry. The bakery's closed. We can't get more until the next morning. So he asked for a meatball sub on white bread. Unfortunately, we don't have white bread. His attitude was already pretty down, pretty bad, but it got worse. And he said, "Okay, I'll take wheat." So I gave him wheat, and I'm like, "Okay, you want a meatball?" He said, "Correct." So I go in our refrigerator to look for some meatballs, and I'm looking around for 5 minutes because I really need this guy to get some meatballs, or I'm gonna hear from it. Unfortunately, we don't have any meatballs. Of course, I'm gonna have to bleep this out in the editing. But when I told him we didn't have any meatballs, he called me a hillbilly bastard and then walked away mad. He was very mad. Like, and I'm just standing, and he just left. I'm just standing there, like, dude, like, I'm not the one eating all of the bread myself. I'm not the one eating all the meatballs, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it's like 8:30 at night. We close at 9. Like, I'm sorry if we don't have what you want. Come back tomorrow. Maybe we'll have some. Maybe we won't. But don't take it out on me. First of all,
Yeah.
I grew up in California. Like, that's West Coast, you know. Like, I'm not a hillbilly. Even if people's definition of hillbilly is different, I don't think I fit any of the definitions of a hillbilly. Not to mention, my family, I would say, is whole. You know, I'm not a bastard. You know, but I mean, shout out to those that are. I respect you, but I'm not. So of course, me and my coworkers were all stunned. I'm just like, what did I do? You know, I didn't do none. And so we laughed it off, but it's just like, it's crazy how like the mood of them can make an encounter. And these are people that, and especially in depending on the size of the town, you're going to see these people more than once in a week.
Yeah.
Probably more than once in a day.
You're making me
that's happened a lot.
You're making me think of a story that happened last Friday, actually, at my store. Like, a guy bought a USB key so he could be able to store photos and videos from his camera and stuff. Fine, totally fine. I sell him the USB key, he goes home. That was on the Thursday. The Friday night, the guy came back and he was like, "Well, I want to be able to get a refund because it works on my computer, but when I try to transfer the pictures into my wife's computer doesn't read the USB key." But sir, it is a data system. We cannot refund that because it could get viruses and stuff on it. We cannot do it. And you just told me that it works on yours, but not on your wife's. Maybe your wife has an old laptop that just doesn't read the 3.0 USB keys anymore. Like, shit could happen, but on the receipt, it's written that we cannot refund it, and I'm very sorry about it. The guy wrinkled the receipt, put the USB key on, and just threw it at my face and left the store telling me that I was an asshole. I didn't know how to do my job. I didn't know how to serve customers. And I was like, have a great day, sir. And next time, read the policy.
Wow,
And
that's
I
a
got
Kyle
a
right there,
flicker
man.
like this that you got to censor, like blur that out. But I got it and I was like, okay, have a good day. And my coworkers were like, how can you take that? I would have screamed at him. And I was like, I'm not trying to get a complaint here. But yes, I would have.
The thing is, when it comes to that type of stuff, is like you're really gonna have one person waste 10 seconds of your life.
Fuck no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's
I
literally
got
the
my own
question right
problems to
there.
deal with. If you're having a problem, just don't pull them on me.
You have 24
Yeah.
hours, and one person's gonna ruin 10 seconds of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 24 hours, determining, averaging if you sleep 7 to 8 hours, that's 16 to 15 hours a day. You know,
Yeah.
that's not enough time.
10 seconds is 10 seconds of somebody just complaining at you is not worth all the 24 hours that you have, you know?
Yeah.
And you know
But
what's
like,
really impressive as well, dude? Logan has been wearing this like the whole time. Like, can you even breathe in that?
yeah.
Jeez, dude. And what time is
But
it?
like,
Oh my god.
My guy's a Spartan. Don't fuck with him.
But like,
Hmm.
there's another topic I want to like maybe to talk about, like what affect like a lot like younger folks or maybe older folks, maybe like in the 30s or something, is like Twitch and Kicks, the big streamers, like they like those were making pranks. There
Oh,
are
I know
not
what you
really
mean.
pranks, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I
And
can I can think of a few
there's
already.
a few like their names are out there. Like other people talk about them. You may
I
not
think we
know.
can. I'm sure we can mention them, mention the names
I
or
mean, I
whatnot.
can. Yeah, there's
But
there's Speed, there's Aiden Ross, and Jack Dorby.
yeah,
Hey, oh
that's what I
my
was
Those
exactly
goodness.
what I was thinking.
that's
But don't want to go
those
too much
three.
into those
Yeah,
people.
no,
But if you
but
know, you
like
know.
exactly.
But
It's
um,
like when you go like let's say Jack Dorby. That's no pranks that have like fun meaning
yeah,
into it. So a lot
what
of people
he's
are.
trying to do
It's not
is
streaming.
he is punking and trying to antagonize people, and then when they get upset and they try to lash back towards him and reciprocate that, he hides behind his
Yeah,
bodyguards.
exactly.
It's not to
And
mention is that
he
he knows
has,
he's getting hate, and so he's using that
yeah,
as an advantage.
he is helping
Exactly.
his fame. You know that phrase that every kid pretty much goes by is like, "Oh, I'm a child. I'm invincible." You know,
Oh yeah, it's like
he still lives by that. You know, he thinks that he's untouchable. And God
there's
forbid, as much as I dislike the guy, I don't want any harm to come to him. But if he keeps acting and treating people the way he is, one of these days he's gonna
he'll
get
get hurt.
some
Yeah.
harm.
It's
Yeah.
it's not even that too. These YouTubers think that they have the so much power because they have the money to do it. So even if you
Yeah.
go through the bodyguards, they're gonna pull up the "I'm gonna sue you."
There's
Yeah.
there's that is like this that one kid that got like I think it's like he got sent to a prison child prison. Is
Yeah.
like that guy from UK. I think he was from London. He was with a bunch of friends going into houses, even though he was never invited.
Is this recent?
And
I-
it's been like it's recent, like in a
Yeah, I think I've heard about that.
year and a
Yeah.
half. But
Yeah.
like he went going to restaurants, going to back stores. Employees were saying you need to leave because you don't belong in the back store. They were saying, "Nah, this is my crib. This is where I belong to. I'm living in here. This is my bed." They've been saying a lot of shit I won't say here. But like those type, like Jack Dorby or him or bad influencers for the rest of the people that trying to make it in TikTok or whatever.
Yeah. I think I honestly I think nowadays bad publicity is still publicity. And it's to the point where it's easier to get bad publicity than it is to get good publicity. And that probably has to do with us as people, you know. There's a fight. First thing people do, instead of breaking it up, they pull out their cameras. Negative energy, people
But
enjoy watching and seeing negative energy.
that's the thing
You
is
know.
like in the streaming world, like the whole social media, there's two
Yeah.
sides. You got
Yeah.
the Twitch streamers, the cake streamers that we talk, like Aiden and
Even
the other.
YouTube, yeah. All of them.
Also, but you got the other side that you got like Smitty Grizzy that their streams, their content, their um even their in real life content, everybody are happy, having a good time, and it's not like, oh, you're a type of person, so you're bullshit. No, no, no. It's like everybody's equal and we're all having fun. We just need to be happy. Put on a smile, baby.
Yeah. The last thing I want to talk about fame, and this is gonna close us for the night,
Yeah.
is when people get as big as they are on streaming or YouTube, I
Tends to
feel like
change
the
them.
the appreciation of their fans is not there anymore. For example, you watch big streamer Pokemon, yeah, she's constantly always talking bad about her own fan base. She's being ungrateful. Don't want to get too much into that,
Jinx.
but but like that's another thing is that you have good streamers that actually recognize their fan base. For example, I think Jinxie does a good job at recognizing
No,
Kai Cenat.
Jinxie's so ungrateful is because he doesn't intend to use
gets
his
a- yeah.
fan mails. Okay, he doesn't use his fan
Exactly.
mails. Come on now.
But you have big streamers that they're getting subs and follows. I understand they're getting a lot all at once, a lot of subs, a lot of follows, but take the time to thank them. There's this one streamer
love
that I
Jinxie.
remember watching a couple of months ago. He was a pretty big, you know. He when I watched him, his average was like 1,500. He ended his stream. He literally had a credit scene of every sub and every follow he got.
Yeah, I know
And
some
he
people who
had-
does that.
He had him. He had his mods. He had his managers, staff. Every single person that showed support that stream was on the credit scene.
There's one guy
And-
on YouTube that I watch that does kind of the
Excuse me.
same thing, but it's not totally the same. He's got a 2-car trailer. He does a lot of drag racing and stuff with cars. But when he
Yeah.
goes to events, when subscribers meet him, he's like, "Hey, do you want to go sign inside the trailer?" And the whole inside of the trailer is all signatures from subscribers who recognize him
that's
at
amazing.
events.
Yeah.
And when he does so, sometimes even the Patreons and the people who are on his live streams on Twitch and stuff, the names appears in the bottom credits at the end always.
especially
And that's a great way to thank your viewers because they're the one who makes your paycheck. They're the ones who makes you have the living that you have. Like
Yeah.
if you have no viewers, you have no money.
Exactly.
It's easy. So if you
That-
don't thank your viewers are gonna be like, oh, it's starting to get boring. I'm out. But if you're always thanking them and making them feel at home in some way, they're always gonna stay on the channel and stay watching. Whatever
For-
it is. Gaming,
example-
cars, music.
For
You name it.
example, Queso. He uses all those roasts as an advantage. Like, look at him. He's getting made fun of because he's fat, but he's like, you know what? I'm going to use that as my advantage.
Yeah,
And-
which is fun. It's
Yeah,
like,
which is funny.
you-
And dude, he's a chill guy. Like you can tell he's a chill guy. And
like
all these people
that's
are making
the
fun of him, which is he's using that as
He
a
gives-
creativity.
He gives the reaction that people want,
Mm-hmm.
but he's doing it not in a negative way.
Mm-hmm. He's using it
You
as
know.
a character. You know.
Yeah. people like he purposely has his, for example, he does a lot of content on his PS5. He purposely has the messages open for people to send those messages, and he reacts to every single message,
Yeah,
whether
no-
it's in a positive or a negative way, but it's not with any negative emotion. You know, he's not banning people. He's
Yeah,
not
even though when he says
trash
ban
talking
that guy,
back. Like, yeah,
even
ban
when
that guy. He doesn't do it. Um, I was watching this one. It was a fan opening. This guy sent back like maybe 6 months ago, whatever. I could be wrong. He gave a giveaway to of these plushies, these limited merch plushies, super rare. Only like 500 to 600 were made. He got one in the fan mail from a fan, and the fan said, "Hey, can you sign this for me and send it back?" Of course, Queso made jokes. Nah, buddy, you're not getting this back. It's crazy that you even trusted me with it. These are super rare. And then, of course, he said, "No, I'm kidding. I got you, buddy."
Yeah.
And his manager called him and was like, "Hey, put that somewhere safe so you don't lose it." And then like he signed it, and then I think he might have already mailed it back.
jeez.
But that's super trusting, because those
Mhm.
things were like only 500 were made, and his fan base is like, I think he averages like probably 30,000 plus a
Oh,
stream.
Why that's why I like Queso and also
Yeah.
Jinxie. I love both of them.
So there's a lot of bad. There's a big bad side to content creating when it comes to creators, just because fame changes the person whether you liked it or not. You know.
And just
One of these
remember
days,
this.
I hope it doesn't change us, me and Miguel, all five of us. But we can't promise that it won't. You know. Of course, your attitude changes a little bit, whether it's becoming more mature, more professional. And when you become more mature and more professional, people say that you're not as fun as you used to be, or you're too strict now. But like, and then people take it to an extreme because they get offended, and they're like, you know what? I'm just not going to talk to you or play with anyone ever again.
Mhm.
You know, nobody respects me enough to censor themselves because I have a brand to protect. You know.
And to end this off as well, just like the best way I can put it, if you want to be famous, you're gonna get haters.
Yeah.
Totally.
That's where you
We will definitely talk about that in another episode,
Oh, yeah.
because I can go for a while on that subject.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh
Your
yeah.
haters
Yeah.
are closer than you think.
Yeah. Keep your
For having
friends.
haters all my life in
Hey,
school, I
I-
can tell.
I will say this on an end note about haters and bullies in general, because trust me, I have a good share of that. I'm sure
Keep
all of
it-
us do at
keep-
some point.
Keep your friends and enemies close and wait to find out which is which.
Sure. What I
That's
was
a
gonna
dangerous
say
game.
is people project negative energy, whether it's bullying or hating, based off of their own personal emotions. And the reason why they're projecting it towards you is because they see your value higher than their own. So if you're being bullied or being hated on, don't see it as this person thinks they're better than me, and don't get any self-hate like, "Oh, I'm not worth it," or I'm poop or whatever because I'm being bullied or hated. Think of it like this person is taking their time and effort to bully me or to hate on me because, one, they're either jealous, two, they envy you, three, they see you higher than them, and when they see you, it makes them feel bad about themselves, so they lash out with negative energy. You know.
That's why, like, in the end of the day, you need to clear your mind, be grateful, be thankful, be respectful about the things that you have and what God gives you, bro. Even though you got
Yeah.
haters and lovers, at the end of the day, they are all people at your pedestal, my boy.
Yep.
And
Y'all,
and keep in mind what I just the quote I just referenced. I didn't believe in that, and I didn't hold that close to my heart until I was an adult.
To
So
be
you can only
honest,
imagine what childhood was like. When
To be
it
honest,
takes
I
you
was in
until
the
being an
same.
adult to realize that, you know.
I was in the same ballpark as you because I used to be bullied all the way from first grade of like elementary school all the way to high school. And I started feeling the way of being like, okay, I don't give a fuck about them. I'm just gonna live my life. I was in high school in grade 4. We only have 5 grades of high school. I was in grade 4. After 2 years of seeing a psychologist, I finally gave up on the, okay, they're bullying me, I'm tired of them, to the, I don't give a fuck about them. And if they try to bully me, I'm gonna bully them after.
And that's all you
Like,
have to
I'm
do.
gonna give them their karma back because
Yeah.
I don't need any of it.
Bullies project a negative energy because they want a reaction. Once you
Not-
stop
it's-
giving them that reaction, then they get bored and they go, sad to say, they go on to someone else, you know, or whatnot. But at
It's like
least
you're
you
giving
can have some
them-
peace.
Yeah, it's like you're giving them like what they want at the end of
You're
the
giving
day.
them entertainment that they're asking for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and like, if you like what you're doing and you're the people you are with the people you're with, at least share love and spread the respect throughout the world. You're not the only one. If you're
Mhm.
happy in your life, share the same happiness that to others that is meanwhile in sadness.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Exactly.
find your close ones. Stay in a pack. You can count all your friends in one hand or two, not more, because you're gonna get fucked. So, yeah, that's for all for me.
Let's go.
And the thing about, like, if you got insecurities, just it's what you got, you know. Life is like poker. You live and deal with the cards you're dealt. If it's for example, I know this is probably bad to say or not, but it's advice that I was given. If you have an insecurity about, for example, something on your body, if it's something that you can change, put in the effort and change it if you really need to. If it's something you can't change or it's something that you don't want to put in the time and effort into, learn to love it. Because you're stuck with it either way, you know. Whether you're a little heavy on the stomach or whatever it may be, you know, if it bothers you that much, hit the gym, diet, cardio, whatnot.
On the
If that's
treadmill.
exactly, if that's too much, because not everyone has the willpower to do that, just live with it, you know. Be like Queso, be like Fluffy, Gable Iglesias, you know. They use their weight as a way to make themselves feel better through whether it's comedy or, you know, someone
And-
insults you about your stomach. Hey, your stomach is big. Say, yeah, my stomach is big, but at least I am never starving, you know, whatever, you know. Like Fluffy said in the quote when I was
just
younger.
say it.
Like,
Yeah.
the precise thing to say is just like, if you're having any kind of insecurities or bullying or stuff, don't be afraid to seek for help. Because there's
Exactly.
always going to be at least one person that's going to be there for you.
Exactly.
But
Whether that's
I'm going to
friends,
take myself,
family.
for example. It took a lot of time for me to trust like some people to be able to help me in my bullying.
Yeah.
And when I started to see a psychologist, at first, the first one didn't like it. You know what? Keep on trying. Second one, didn't like it. Third one, oh, okay, third one worked. But you can go on multiple stages on how to fix the problem that you got. But if you stop trying to fix it or helping yourself, that's when it's going to get worse. When you want to help yourself, just focus on the fact that what you got to fix, what you got to be able to do to fix the issue or help yourself, so that way you don't hurt yourself or anybody around you. Like,
Exactly.
there's always going to be someone wherever you go that's going to be there to be able to help you, or at least listen to you and give you advice on what
Yeah.
you should do later
Speak
on.
out. Speak out. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, if you're looking for people you can enjoy playing and having fun, that's why we created Discord servers for
Join.
anybody that can have a beautiful community to play with and awesome people. Whether you're in English or French or either way, we can all reach out.
Yeah.
Every ethnicity is allowed.
Link to the Discord will be in the description, of course.
Yes.
Come join us, play some games with us. You know,
Or
we're
do a
open
podcast. Be a guest.
You could be a guest.
Maybe.
You know, if you
Could
have
happen.
some personal experience, insight, you know, hit one of us a DM
Oh.
and we'll get you in here.
There's that, or we can do like a stage, and they can do requested,
Talks.
and we can exactly.
I have one.
Exactly.
I have that.
We could do like we're always
Miguel's
doing.
ready. He's got a plan rolling.
Yeah, I already have it. It's
We're
above.
always-
It's above the podcast, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so.
Just leave a like and subscribe. Why not?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Find out. You guys get ready for
And
episode
that-
2.
That is when we say goodbye for the evening. We hope you guys enjoyed the episode. It was a bit of a long one. We had a lot to talk about. Every episode, majority it will be me and Miguel. Victoria, she's a college student. She is our third host, but she will try to be here as much as she can. But every episode we'll try to have 1 to 2 guests. Thank you again for Trust and for my other boy Trackz. Sorry. My brain
You
fart.
can call me by my name also. If it's easier
Dennis
for
and
you, I
Logan.
don't care. Yep.
Dennis and Logan. We thank you boys for spending your evening with us. It was a
You know
good
what?
2
It's
hours.
no
A lot of
problem.
talking. We'll probably split this into 2 episodes. My POV will be it would be the more censored because of course we want these to
this
be
whole thing is
available
going
to
on
everyone.
The YouTube channel.
And there'll be a couple of topics that we talked about this episode that kind of push the limits a little bit on the guidelines of YouTube. And if we decide in the editing to cut it out, then it will be in a separate unfiltered video.
We should do
That-
a Patreon.
I thought about that too.
That'd be
Yeah,
a
we
good
could do
idea.
Patreon, yeah. Patreon for unfiltered
Oh.
videos,
Or
behind
react
the
video.
scenes.
There's that, but there's Rumble.
Hey, yo.
too, if you want to put the raw footage.
Or a reacts video.
Yeah.
Reacting to things.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you get out a lot of people. We just react. Yeah, that would be.
Depending
Fine.
on our schedule and how much we can edit, we'll try to get these out weekly. If not, it'll be bi-weekly. We will
That's a
probably
lot of
honestly, we will probably have these podcasts be bi-weekly, and we'll drop like a video or 2 in between.
I think I can do that.
Whether like a reacted. Don't worry, I'll help you.
That's
I
a
got you.
lot
I
of
got
edits.
you.
Jesus.
I'll help you. I'll help you. And plus we
Not
got
getting paid for
Victoria
this.
here. Not yet. But once again, we hope you guys enjoyed. It is a bit of a long episode. We try to push it for at least an hour and a half.
It's 12:20.
Hopefully at some point, we don't know when, we'll let you know, but we will try to have these podcasts available for audio. Of course, we have to figure out how to do that, but that's something that I
I
would
know
love
how
to
to do
do.
I could figure it out.
Spotify, iTunes, whatever. Of course, it'll be
Just stay
free.
tuned. Honestly, just stay tuned.
Just stay tuned for news.
Like, comment, subscribe. Don't be
We're
afraid of
gonna-
us because it helps with the
Spread
algorithm
the
and stuff.
love, baby.
Join the
Spread the
Discord.
love. Also that.
Yes, sir.
Hit up
And
the
also,
plug.
Use my
Also,
supporter
winner,
creator code. on
thank
the
you
bottom
for
right of the
having
Fortnite
us.
item shop.
If
Whoa,
you need
whoa, whoa, whoa,
any
hey,
time,
hey.
just leave a message. I'll hop on the podcast if you need help anytime soon.
Yeah,
So
You
yeah,
got nobody, don't be afraid. I'm not scared of talking.
this is the social construct.
I don't bite, except
Mainly
Colton.
podcast, but hey, yo, we got a story about that. Stay tuned.
Cameraman on the
Next
spot.
episode, we'll talk more about me and Miguel go more in detail about our little stories and whatnot of our childhood, because there's a lot of them.
Huh?
Some involve biting. What?
You guys-
I
you
didn't
guys
say
cannot
anything.
Say goodbye.
Yeah, we cannot. Honestly, we can't say goodbye. Let's just go for the 2 hours. You
Right.
know.
It's already been 2
kidding.
hours.
Oh, you're
I'm
worrying
kidding.
all this?
I don't have a script. It's not
But-
scripted.
If you want to be in any future videos, like we said, join the Discord.
No, okay,
We'll try to
stop.
make some
No.
videos. That's all I gotta say.
That's already said. That's all we gotta say. And
that's
have
all
a
we gotta
beautiful
say.
night, people.
Peace.
Deuces.